Hey guys, what's up? It's Kyle here with the topic video. I've been wanting to make this video for quite a while until I saw, I've been wanting to wait for a bit after doing some observations, so to speak, and seeing tonight's Raw being filmed in the UK, which I thought was a good 3-hour show. From its entirety, I thought it was a good show from beginning to end. Really made me gave me the okay to really make this video, and that is Ryback going to be, and are we looking at the next face of the WWE in Ryback? Reason why I make this statement is because I've noticed certain things in terms of Ryback. One of the things that I've noticed that anyone can say, Ryback has gotten this huge, big monster push. There's been many other wrestlers in the past few years who've gotten, big monster mega pushes, like a Del Rio, Sheamus. But to me, what makes Ryback stand out the most is due to certain things. If you listen to the way Jim Ross, Michael Cole, Vince McMahon, the way they mention Ryback, they really put a lot of emphasis, so to speak, in describing Ryback and the way they say his name and how they really emphasize on his character and who Ryback is. And I get that it's a commentator's job to sell you, the viewer, that wrestler and help get that wrestler over in terms of through television. I get that. But the way that they really sell Ryback, to me, it's more than just trying to make him out to be just a big star. It's like it feels different to me. His monster mega push that he's been getting, it feels different. The way they talk about him, it has a different feel to it compared to like the way they will talk about, say, a Dolph Ziggler or a Wade Barrett. To me, the way they emphasize on Ryback is kind of like the way how they would emphasize and talk about, and the way they would talk about John Cena a lot of times. I really do get that kind of feeling. Another thing that also makes me pose this question as well is that we all know that Vince McMahon has a thing for big big beefcake guys, size guys. Vince has a weakness for that, and Ryback is no exception. And Ryback is in Vince McMahon's personal back pocket. I read about an interview that Booker T was on, had like 2 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, and Booker T said himself that he, as well as everyone up in the corporate office, are 100% behind Ryback and the push of Ryback. Now, to me, when I thought about that, and it made me think, it's one thing if, say, you have favor with the corporate office or whatever, but to have the entire WWE machine, so to speak, with the chairman himself, Vince McMahon, behind you, to me, that speaks volume. To me, that tells me that you're just not going to be just some ordinary, average, just main eventer, but you're going to be something special that they're trying to mold you as and make you as. They're trying to make you as the man. That, to me, spoke to me. That spoke volume to me when he said that. Because it's, like I said, it's one thing to have a few people up in corporate that's behind you, or you have favor with the higher ups, but it's another thing to have the actual WWE machine behind you. And the machine is only behind those that are the top guys, or the guys that are going to be the number one top guys carrying this company. Like Cena. There were also been other reports and stuff going online saying that Ryback is kind of being groomed as a potential next face in replace of John Cena, and that John Cena himself may have to take a back seating to the push of Ryback. Another thing, John Cena, the way John Cena has been promoting Ryback and the way he speaks of Ryback kind of helped, promote the guy, so to speak. In the 8 years that John Cena has been the face of the WWE, when have you ever known him to speak so highly of another superstar to help get that superstar over? John Cena's never done that. Sure, he's done it with Zack Ryder, but not to the extent that he's done it with Ryback. So that also makes me pose that question. And then even tonight, the main event of Raw, when you had Cena and Ryback against Punk and Ziggler, and closing the show, you had Ryback and Cena looking at each other eye to eye, face to face. To me, it really looks like to me like you were looking at the present of the WWE, and then you're looking at the future of the WWE. That segment right there, closing the show, really said a lot to me. It really reminds me of, the first thing that came to mind was the relations between Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior, where Hulk Hogan was, the guy that was getting up there in age. His time was winding down. People were kind of getting sick of him. But then you also had this other young lion in the Ultimate Warrior that Vince was trying to groom to replace Hogan. Now, ultimately, Ultimate Warrior did not end up, lasting very long and being molded into the guy that they tried to mold him to be. But before all that came about, beforehand, Ultimate Warrior was groomed to, take the torch from Hulk Hogan. So I really kind of get the same feeling with Ryback and John Cena a little bit. So these are just some things that I kind of take into consider. Now, is Ryback are we looking at the next face of the WWE in Ryback? Could be. To me right now, I think he's a clear prime choice. It could be somebody else currently on the roster that we have not even looked at, or someone that hasn't come down the pipe yet that may end up being the face of the company. It might not be Ryback, kind of like how John Cena was the fallout guy. He wasn't meant to be the face of the company that he is today, when originally it was supposed to have been Brock Lesnar that was going to be the face of the company. But when that whole debacle between Lesnar and the company happened, the next guy was going to be groomed was supposed to have been Batista. Batista was supposed to have been the next face of the WWE once things with Brock Lesnar fell short. But because, obviously, rightfully so, Cena during that time did have more of a personality and charisma compared to Batista. So Cena ended up being where he is today. But Cena was not really meant and intended to be the face of the WWE. So that same philosophy or incident can mirror what happened with Ryback. But until I can see that other superstar maybe, fill in that spot where I can see as being a contender as the replacement for Cena, right now I think Ryback just might be that prime choice. Let me know what you guys think about this topic, my points I brought out, as well as I'd love to see you guys do a response video on this topic as well. I think that would be awesome if you could do a response video. I want your thoughts about this in the comment box below. Subscribe. Peace.